the Mind Basketball Podcast, also known as M.O.B Podcast, episode 134. I am Evan.
I'm Ja.
And this is our basketball podcast. We recap, break down, and analyze players and teams from the previous games from the previous day. Ooh, how you doing, Ja?
I feel good. I fully recovered from the side effects.
That's great news.
Yeah.
So you ready for the second dose? 2 weeks?
No, I heard that's gonna be worse. So I may be out for. I may ask you if I could take a break.
I didn't think that was that funny, but okay.
What happened?
No, nothing. But I mean, if you feel like terrible, then sure. But I mean, 2 weeks time, you gotta be in the middle of some playoff basketball.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be big. I'm sure you don't want to miss playoff basketball. Who does?
No, thank you.
It's the best basketball time of the year. Speaking of playoff basketball, a lot of big implications for the playoffs based off last night's games.
Yeah.
I mean, first off, the 4, 5, 6 in the East, the Knicks, the Hawks, and the Heat, they basically all have to win out. And this, I finally understand how it will all play out. So right now, the Hawks are the 4th seed.
Yep.
That's because even though the Knicks had the tiebreaker over them,
they got a better record.
Wait. They all have the same record.
Okay.
Even though the Knicks have the tiebreaker over the Hawks, the Heat have the tiebreaker over the Knicks, and the Hawks have the tiebreaker over the Heat. But because the Hawks have the division, they get that 4th seed, despite all of that. Now, if all 3 teams win out, it will stay like that, and the Hawks will be the 4th seed, Heat will be the 5th seed, and the Knicks will be the 6th seed. If the Heat lose at least one game, and the Hawks and the Knicks win out, the Knicks will be the 4th seed.
All right.
If the Hawks lose one game, they all went out, the Heat will be the 4th seed. The Knicks will be the 5th seed. So, yeah.
This reminds me of when a something that happened inside the NBA when Ernie he was talking about all the playoff implications from a playoff situation in the past. Talking about if this team wins this, then it will be this, and then he started confusing Charles.
Well, it don't take much to confuse Chuck.
Yeah.
Go Charles Barkley. But yeah, that's how it stands. And as a Knicks fan, hoping that the Sixers will beat the Heat, but he had other plans. Because they kind of smacked the Sixers, and Embiid played as well, and it was just a blowout. I mean, even Haslam played for 2 minutes and then got ejected, but he played. So did you see the ejection?
You did.
Did you see what happened?
Him and Howard.
I
guess Howard knocked him to the ground.
Yep.
Something like that.
Played for 2 minutes.
And then they got into the scuffle, and then
he got in the game, everybody cheered. And 2 minutes later, he puts a hit on Howard. Oh, that was just funny. But yeah, nonetheless, the Heat, start to finish, this is their game. And you saw post game, Jimmy Butler was like, no matter what seed they are, they're not afraid of anybody. They don't fear anybody. So I guess that being said, do us all a favor. Maybe lose a game. So you're not afraid of anybody. You don't fear anybody. You're not afraid of the Bucks, right? Giannis, I mean, I beat them last year, so easy, right? Right, Jimmy? Right, Miami? So just lose the game. Just one. That's all I have. Just one game. Take Giannis in the first round. By all means, hey, everybody a favor. That's all. That's all. Just my approval. That's all. That's all I want. I mean, I did it last year, so hey.
Are you saying it's because your Knicks has got to face that?
1,000%. It's to me. Knicks, they
don't want a chance.
They don't got a chance. We don't want to see the Bucks in the first round. Knicks fans don't want to see the Bucks in the first round. We don't want that to happen. Bro, all respect.
Hey, look, y'all may end up winning game 1.
Listen, I just don't. I really think Giannis, Middleton, Holiday.
Wait, so let me ask you a question. My bad. So, if the Hawks lose one, Miami gets that 4th, but the Hawks get the 5th.
No, if what you said, if Miami lose one.
I mean, if Atlanta loses,
okay. If Atlanta loses one and the Knicks and the Heat went out, yeah, the Heat will be the 4th seed. The Knicks will be the 5th seed.
Oh, the Knicks will be the 5th seed then. At that point,
the Heat have the tiebreaker over the Knicks.
Oh, you better hope that the Knicks or the Heat. I mean, I said the Knicks. You better hope that the Heat or the Hawks mess up, because that's the only way.
Honestly, this is the Heat. Just lose one game. You don't care who you play. Y'all want the toughest challenge, right? Y'all want all comers, right? You can take out my Milwaukee, right? Do it again. Easy, right? No problem. That's all I ask. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're scared, right, Jimmy?
Let me take that. That's a man with a Michael Jordan mentality. That means he's not scared of anything.
Right, then go out there and, hey, Spo, just rest them. Just rest your players. Just rest starters. How about that? Just, hey, you're not afraid of anybody, so why not? Could be afraid of injury, though. They can't do anything about that. You have no control of that. Oladipo's already hurt. He's out. So just rest everybody, No problem. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. But nonetheless. Yeah. There's not really much to say about this game. And just real quick, all the Sixers doing these remaining games, including last night, was just win one game and they clinched on the 1 seed. So it was a big game for them, but they have 2 other chances to do it. They only just need one game, just one, and they have it.
No, let's hope and pray that they get it done.
Oh, taking a peek at their next matchups, I think they should.
All right.
But hey, teams can play spoiler. Cleveland did it 2 nights ago against the Celtics.
Yeah.
Even though the Celtics had like 4 guys out.
Yeah.
But yeah, big win for the Heat. They gotta keep. They can't lose. In terms of their seeding, I know Jimmy might not care, but pretty sure some of the organization will care. They want to get at least some home court.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Anything to
add? Nah, man. I was happy to see UB get back out there for those 2 minutes. You know what I mean? I had to embrace and appreciate those 2 minutes, he's an integral part of this Heat team or this Heat culture in this Heat history. So it was good to see him back out there.
He's the only man active. Actually, no, he's the only guy that has been on the roster for all 5 times, right? Or 6. How many times has he been to the finals? 6 times, right? Yeah, 6 times.
Yeah.
All 6 times. He's the only man that has been on the roster all 6 times that he has been to the finals, which is crazy.
That's crazy for real.
But yeah, maybe not. Let me calm down a little bit. Just a little bit, Hey. But yeah.
Like me. You was about to sound like me for a second. You about to You was about to mess around and sound like me with what you was about to say. You got to
What's
stop.
about what?
I don't know what you was about to say. You stopped yourself because you knew what you was going to say was going to be some hating kind of thing. So
I said just calm down. What do you mean?
why you have to calm down?
You played 2 minutes. What do you mean, man?
Hey man, if you never heard of Udonis Haslam before, you just need a little bit of a snippet to tell who he is as a person. There you go.
Hey, but it's not like it changes anything.
Yeah.
So do what you gotta do. But yeah, big win for the Heat.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned, the Hawks and the Knicks also played. Hawks blew out the Magic. The Knicks found themselves in a little bit of battle with San Antonio, however.
Yes, they did. Came down to the wire. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, let's talk about it a little bit because in the middle of that third quarter, San Antonio found themselves going on a run that put them up by I think at most like 16, 17 points. And then the Knicks proceeded to actually have a run of their own heading into that fourth quarter, in which they was able to bridge the gap, like narrow the gap between the two. And next thing it became a battle down that stretch. It came from Keldon Johnson getting the N1 to Alec Burks, and then RJ Barrett, who had a really good game, had some big shots, closing out at the free throw line. So
RJ. But yeah, that was a good win by the Knicks. Much needed win by the Knicks. They really need to pick up the pace, as I'm pretty sure nobody, except for Miami, of course, wants to see the Bucks in the first round. And everybody wants to at least have some home court advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, big win by the Knicks. As for the Spurs, I mean they can't go up or down, as
They clinched.
Yep, with the loss to the Sacramento basketball team, the Memphis Grizzlies. They need to stay alive as well. I mean, they want to get the eighth seed.
Yeah.
It'll be easier opportunity to make the playoffs, seeing the eighth seed instead of the ninth seed. So they want to keep it going as well. So that was a big game for them. Sacramento was a big game, but
well, wait, but when you talk about that though, right? You gotta
yeah,
talk about this. Memphis get a tie with the eighth seed. Tie with the Golden State for the eighth seed, right? And I'd rather see Golden State go against whatever seventh seed as being the eighth seed rather than seeing Memphis going against anybody who gets that seventh seed. Because I feel like, in my opinion, the Golden State Warriors have a better chance of beating those teams, whoever gets that seventh seed, compared to the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm not disrespecting Memphis. I'm not saying that you don't have a chance. Anything is possible, right? What KG said. Anything is possible. By the way, he having a documentary coming out in July. But yeah, anything is possible.
we don't have a. They're not sponsoring us. You calm down. But yeah,
But in my opinion, I just feel like the Warriors have a more likely chance to beat whoever is going to be that seventh seed.
Well, that's not disrespectful to the Grizzlies. I'm gonna check. Grizzlies don't have Stephen Curry. That's no disrespect to the Grizzlies. Grizzlies are a good team. This Warriors team has really picked up their pace and really hit their stride with Curry, and Poole, and Draymond, and they finally got it going. So,
and let me tell you something: the Spurs don't want to see Stephen Curry in them at the ninth seed. They don't. they don't want to see
the
that.
Spurs have a better chance of beating.
Memphis.
Yeah. Hey, as for the Sacramento basketball team, another year and the same thing. Once again, what does that make this? 16 consecutive years? The Sacramento basketball team that plays in Sacramento, team that once had Oscar Robinson, team that once had Mitch Richmond, team that once had Chris Webber, and that amazing Kings team that got cheated in 2002. But that this legacy, this franchise, and you know it's funny. The Suns had a playoff drought, 10 years, broken. The Knicks had a playoff drought, 7 years, broken. The Hornets have a playoff drought, 4 years, looking to break it, because they're playing doesn't mean that's the playoffs.
Yeah,
two different things. But they're the 8th seed right now. So, and the Kings, 15 now 16, still going and counting, and counting.
Hey man, I'm telling you, Seattle sounds nice, man.
Oh my God, not this again.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna keep it at that. I'm not gonna go on with it. I'm just saying, Seattle sounds nice. That's it.
We don't give you a video. Just letting your thoughts out about the Kings moving to Seattle.
I'm telling you, man, it needs to happen. It needs to happen.
Man, don't put that legacy on Seattle, man. They don't want that. What happened?
Oh no, sorry, got distracted. My apologies.
Okay. Anyway, let's move on from that quickly. Yeah. Well, yeah, the Grizzlies. Tied with the Warriors, but I think the Warriors have that tiebreaker. Yeah, the Warriors do have the tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
And Sacramento officially eliminated from playoff contention once again, which means that the Spurs are officially play-in bound. 10th seed locked. Can't move up and can't move down.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's talk about the most interesting game of the night. Portland Trailblazers and the Phoenix Suns. Portland was heading into this game. They were hot. They were on fire. And it was really moving in that right direction. If they won this game, they clinched a playoff berth. That means they wouldn't have to worry about playing. This was their time. And this was their game. Throughout the game, they had it. Watch the game. This was their game to win. And then it became their game to lose. Because it looked like that.
Yeah.
I mean, just missed opportunities. And the Suns was just like, it's like the Suns was like, hey, here, take the playoff berth. Here, take it. The Suns was messing up just as much as they were late until they were messing up more.
Yeah.
Man, Portland. They really gave this game away and late in that game with their defensive play, their missed free throws. Covington got to hit free throws. And then the foul, or Norman Powell fouling Devin Booker. In that situation, why, you know?
Well, that's the situation in which you got to respect Devin Booker because we know what he could do. But at the same time, that's a situation where also you should make anyone else except for him beat you. If that makes sense. You made the wrong person get the ball because you know what that person could do with the ball in his hands. I know Devin Booker was having a struggling night or whatsoever, but he's still Devin Booker. You know that old saying, we talk about it all the time. With any team, look at Portland Trailblazers. Make anyone else except for Dame and CJ beat you. And then Melo if he's on the floor. Look at
Melo's hot.
Yeah, Melo was hot. You talk about Dallas with Luka. So you make anyone else beat you except for Luka and Porzingis. You look at San Antonio, you make anyone else but DeMar beat you. Like, it's just like that. And like, make anyone else except for these specific individuals beat you. And that is Devin and Chris Paul. Devin got the ball. And that was that's something that you just can't make happen.
Well, I mean, they tried to deny him on the inbound. If you watch it, I mean,
Yeah.
it was close, but they eventually got it to him, and then they tried double team. They sprint pass, and he had to go back to his man. I forgot who they had on double team. They had to go back to his man,
Yeah.
and but our point with how if you get a foul on trying to contest it, that's different. He reached.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I understand you want to gamble, you're trying to poke that ball away, but I would rather you in that late situation. I mean, there was 0.9 seconds when he fouled him.
Yeah.
That late situation, just contest.
Yeah.
I mean, what do I know? I'm not playing in the league, but
Yeah.
that's how I feel like looking at it.
Yeah. Just like what you said, it was almost like divine intervention. Like, so many opportunities for Portland to win this game. And with Phoenix making their mistakes on the end, especially with Devin Booker not having the best game, like, having their opportunities, and Lillard was hot. And they also messed up a little bit earlier. Lillard only did not do much in the third. He did not do that much in the third. The fourth quarter is where he came up big time. The fourth quarter where he came up. He was looking like Dame Time in the fourth.
Well, yeah, that's when he really just started going in. The Suns really had no answer for him.
Exactly. And the way that the defense that they were playing defense on Lillard was actually pretty good. Lillard always beat that most of the time, but it was actually pretty good, believe it or not. But my thing is, it comes down to the plays. You talk about what's his name, Covington missing those free throws, house foul, and things like that. But you talk about CJ missing the floater, but you can, but he missed the floater, which is fine. Okay, you can't make every shot, of course, but then he tries to fight for the rebound, gets the foul, knowing that both teams are in the bonus. And then you talk about the fact of there was a play where I felt like Lillard had an opportunity to get a layup, and even though he got a layup back on the next possession, it was before that in which he basically passed out on the layup. He had a wide open layup, he passed out on it, and I did not know why he did that. I felt like that kind of spread their margin more up to 4. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just things like that. It's just like those little small things like that that can make so much of a difference maker when it comes to free throws, when it comes to making the right play at the right time, getting shots in, like, when they're crucially needed. It's just like they could affect so much in the game. And I felt like it was just, I don't know, man, but it just wasn't, Portland just messed up at the wrong time.
Yep, I agree. Late game situation, Portland just messing up, costing them a playoff berth, and that could potentially cost them the playoff spot. So the Lakers are right there. Now the Mavericks.
Well,
What? What?
Like, playing game sounds good for them because they're used to the playing game.
It was 1 year. It was just last year in the bubble. That's all. Don't do that. Come on. But nonetheless,
Hey, running back.
credit to the Suns team. Credit to Devin Booker stepping up late, even though he was struggling throughout the game. Credit to Chris Paul all throughout the game. Credit to Mikal Bridges, who actually I'll save that topic for once we get to the playoff spot. But I feel like he's very important to the Suns team more than what people think. Mikal. And this was a good win. And they played without Ayton.
Yeah.
So a big time win for the Suns. Well, I think they still have a chance to get the first seed. Yes, they do. Still have that chance to get a first seed. Be very important for them, very crucial to them. So we'll see how everything plays out.
Yeah.
We'll see how everything plays out. And did you see Giannis?
Oh yeah. Oh.
And seeing that, you don't think I have a right to be afraid?
Nah,
on,
you got over man. he's just playing against Indiana. I don't know. It's because of I don't know what has been going on as recently, but the dude was just playing against Indiana, and the dude decided to have like a beast mode kind of performance against Indiana. And I'm not disrespecting Indiana. Indiana is a good team, a talented team, a playoff team if things went the right way this season for them.
Man, they could still be a playoff team. Playing the
They're
playing.
still playing, of course, but we know that Indiana is better than this, especially in the Eastern Conference. But the dude trucked him as if he was going against LeBron. I swear the dude played against him as if he was going against a bunch of LeBron. Disrespected. I'm not gonna lie. Like they like Indiana had no answer for what he was throwing at.
So you mean like Giannis just like took this personally, like he had to prove himself?
Exactly. He just played like a beast possessed. I was like, this is one of the best Giannis performances I ever seen. And mind you, there's a lot of them. And it's like, yet there was no need for him to do that. It was truly, honestly, no need for him to do this.
And he's trying to get that he's trying to lead the Bucks to that second seed.
Yeah, I respect it.
You know, and Giannis, he had a good game. He had a great game. And also the role players stepping up too. Second player stepping up too. Middleton, Brook Lopez, Holiday. And you know, I think they want that second seed. I really think they do.
Well, if Giannis putting up 40 against teams that are playing in the playing like this, okay. Then yeah, he wants it badly.
Yeah. So that was a big win for the Bucks in terms of their second seed chances, staying still within one game of the Nets with that win. As for the Pacers, big loss. They want to secure that ninth seed. Also, they have a chance to get the eighth seed.
Yeah.
They don't want to take that for granted. They have a chance to pass the Hornets, but yeah, unfortunate loss for them. And I think they just sat Sabonis late. They just said, "Nah, we're gonna let you rest." Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that part. I didn't know that. I didn't even know they threw rest of bonus.
I think they did. Like he played. Yes, he played.
Yeah, I know he played. I just didn't know that they rested him at near the end. I did not know.
I believe so. Yeah. But and also all other playoff implication um things that happened. Nuggets beat the Timberwolves. I don't think the Nuggets can still get the third seed from the Clippers. So that was important for them. Also, the Bulls beating the Raptors, and they're down but not out. You know, they're behind the Wizards, so they're trying to do everything in their power to, you know, even have that chance.
Yeah.
That's all right. Now, predictions for tonight's sets of games. Third to last nights of the regular season, Friday night games. Let's get into it. First, starting off with the Cavs going against the Wizards. If the Wizards win this game, they officially clinch the 10th seed playing.
Wizards,
Cav looking to play spoiler. The Nuggets going against the Pistons. Nuggets. The Magic going up against the Sixers. If the Sixers win this game, the Sixers clinch the first seed in the Eastern Conference.
Oh, this is their time. Sixers.
The Jazz going up against the Thunder, and I believe the Jazz clinch this game. Wait. Hold on. I don't. Do they?
Possibly. They've been having the 1 seed for a long ass time.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think. If the Jazz win this game, then they lose the next game. The Suns went out. Nope, I think the Jazz will clinch.
Yeah. Well, I still got the Jazz regardless. They're going against the Thunder. It's like this. Like, you know. I'm just saying.
Come on, man.
No disrespect, OKC.
Actually, yeah. Don't quote me on that Jazz clinching the first seed. I gotta do more research. Actually, put it up on the screen when you edit it. Thanks, editor. Oh yeah, I got the Jazz. Sacramento going against the Grizzlies.
Well, the basketball team need to move to Seattle. I'm just waiting for that. So, like, you know.
The Raptors going against the Mavericks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Blazers, that 6 seed look good to you. I gotta say, Mavericks are here to take it.
Mavericks. Hold on, what is that? Prime time? Oh no, they're not. Okay. The Clippers going against the Rockets. Clippers. And lastly, and the first and only primetime game of the night, ESPN 9:30. The Pelicans going against the Golden State Warriors.
Why is this a primetime game? Okay, the Warriors.
I don't think any of these games were intriguing enough to be primetime, to be honest. Well, it's late in the season. This is how it's going to be. Some of these things. A lot of the other teams. But hey, we can see some teams playing spoiler. We'll see. Maybe some teams do play spoiler.
Yeah. But I just want to say, like, you know, what I mean? I know this is tough because the Blazers are trying to clinch that playoff berth, right? And they still have an opportunity, of course, even though this kind of be time for them to just guarantee it, even if, like, you know, after that they lose a game. But that if the I know that the Nuggets are still fighting for that 3rd seed, but if the Clippers are able to maintain that seed and the Blazers fall to the 6th seed, then, you know, to see that Blazers versus Clippers matchup will be amazing, especially after the recent kind of history that these two teams have. Cancun matchup. Cancun matchup.
That would be a really fun series. That would be a really fun series to watch.
Mm-hmm.
With speaking of,
think about that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, think about it. You talk about the bubble situation, all that smack talking stuff, personal history between Paul George and Dame. Thank you, Dame. And, like, you know, and then, oh, you know, next thing, the way that the Clippers have been playing against Dame this season. Hey, let's see.
Yep, yeah, true. Yep. All right. Speaking of playoffs, let's get to the seedings and the standings for right now as we stand Friday. All right. I mentioned the Sixers have the 1st seed. If they win, of course, they would officially clinch it. The Nets 1 game behind them. The Bucks 2 games, a game behind the Nets. The Hawks currently holding the 4th seed. Hawks have a half a game lead over the Heat and the Knicks. But that's just because they played an extra game. So it's obviously not going to happen once all games are played. Any other changes? Oh, the Celtics are officially the 7th seed. They can't go up or down. So see who they'll be facing in the play-in game. Either the Hornets or the Pacers, who are tied, but the Hornets have that tiebreaker. Wizards haven't officially clinched. Hopefully they will tonight. And yeah. Going to the West, Jazz 1st seed, Suns a game behind them, Clippers the 3rd seed, and the Nuggets the 4th seed, a game behind the Clippers. The Blazers lost against the Suns. The Mavericks are the 5th seed now. The Blazers dropped to the 6th seed, half a game behind the Mavericks, and the Lakers are half a game behind the Blazers, 1 game behind Dallas. Something to keep in mind. The Blazers do have the tiebreaker against both teams.
Mm-hmm.
And the Mavericks have the tiebreaker against the Lakers. So yeah, Lakers got to do their best. The 8th seed, Grizzlies and the Warriors are tied, but the Warriors had the tiebreaker. They are the 8th seed. And of course, like I said, Spurs are the 10th seed, can't go up or down either. 3rd to last set of games of the season.
And look how far we have made it. I want to talk about us for a second. I really want to talk about us for a second. Like, really, like, just think about it.
Playoff basketball, but sure.
We on episode 134. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, but let's save that for off the camera. Just talking.
Camera?
Yeah, me and you, bro to bro, friend to friend. Say that for off the camera.
Yeah.
On the camera.
I got you.
Let's talk about playoff basketball. It's getting that time. So we about to see some of the best basketball. It is really
We
where
about to see Curry get hot.
the elite teams separate themselves. The elite players separate themselves. We're talking about the surprises of the role players who can be one of the most crucial focuses in the playoffs. See how the playoffs affect the young players and the inexperienced players.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really exciting. It's gonna be really, really exciting. But we're not there yet. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching today's podcast. You got something to say?
No. Go on.
Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching today's podcast. Make sure you tune into tomorrow's podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, give us feedback, support the channel, all that good stuff.
You also tune into our TikTok and our IG down in the description below.
Yep. And of course, I'm Evan.
I'm Ja.
This is the Minor Basketball Podcast.